Hey, I'm back. Here at the AMC Theater. I'm gonna go ahead and catch Furiosa. I didn't get a chance to catch it opening weekend, but I'm here now. I'm gonna watch it in the IMAX theater. You know, I watched the series when I was a kid. My first introduction was Road Warrior at the theater. I have a whole story behind that, but I'm looking forward to this movie. I heard a lot of great things about it. The reviews have been great. Unfortunately, it has not been making lots of money, but I'm here to enjoy it. I'm looking forward to Chris Hemsworth's performance. I hear he's great in this flick, so I'll certainly be sure to give you my impressions as soon as I come out the theater. All right, talk to you soon. All right, I'm back. I just got out of the theater from watching Furiosa, and I have to say, before I get into this movie, when I went into Fury Road, the first time I saw it, it had its action and it had its moments, but I didn't love the movie. It wasn't until like maybe the second and third time that I watched it where I really loved Fury Road and really understood the artistic vision and what they were going with as far as how they wanted to tell the story. With that in context, just wanted to say that my first impression and my first reaction was completely different than from Fury Road. Like, I love this movie. I thought this movie was great. It was freaking awesome. I will say it is a brutal movie. It's brutal, and I don't know if that's part of the reason why it hasn't caught an audience, because this movie is freaking good. The story is really well told. The character development is really, really interesting. And the way they told the story, they told it in chapters, and the movie was nonstop action. In actuality, for me, the movie started slowing down a little bit towards the middle, but not for very long. And then towards the end of the movie, as the movie was coming to a conclusion and wrapping up the story, obviously this is a vengeance story, right? So as it got to the ending, it became more about the two main protagonists of the movie. Yeah, Furiosa isn't the only protagonist. Chris Hemsworth, the Mantis, is just as much of the main character as she is in this. And, you know, the way this story is told is really told as if it was a legend, right? It's a myth, which kind of goes that way with the Mad Max series. The one thing, and I have to go back, but the one thing that, to me, I don't know if it's a plot hole or if it's a continuity error, is, you know, if you go back to the very original Mad Max movie, when we're seeing civilization, you know, just going downhill, right? It wasn't a complete wasteland. So it wasn't until Road Warrior that you see a wasteland the way we've come to know the Mad Max series. So with that being the case, Fury Road, Mad Max, and Furiosa look like they were about the same age. So if we're seeing Furiosa already in the wasteland at that young of an age, it doesn't make sense with the timeline of Mad Max. However, I really love the theory about how Tom Hardy's Mad Max in Fury Road was the wild child from Road Warrior, him picking up the mantle, which I love that theory. For me, actually, if you watch this movie, it kind of supports that theory. It doesn't confirm it, but it supports it, especially with one of the characters that comes out, that, you know, he's a driver and, you know, he has this very Mad Max look to him and the Mad Max appearance. So I'm wondering if, again, you know, the whole Mad Max saga and seeing the Mad Max story is myth. It's told. It's a legend. It's a title that's carried by different people. And I really like that theory. I really like that concept. But with that being said, just kind of going back to Furiosa, I highly recommend it. Check it out. From the very beginning, the movie is freaking action-packed. You know, the set pieces are amazing. The special effects, the stunt work. dudes and dudettes, the stunt work, guys. Like, seriously, this is a phenomenal movie. I highly recommend it. I am looking to watch it again in IMAX. It was awesome just kind of seeing these very high, you know, bird's eye view points of view and shots and the cinematography. So it's a spectacle. Even if you don't enjoy the story or the characters, the spectacle alone, the action alone. I heard that some of the CGI kind of was a little on the nose, and you kind of see it, but it's so minimal. It doesn't even, unless you're looking for it, you're not gonna notice, right? But I really love how this movie lent to the lore of the Wasteland, of the Mad Max saga. So if you've seen the movie, I would love to hear your thoughts, whether you liked it, whether you didn't. Why hasn't the movie made money? I don't know, because it's awesome, it's great. The only thing I can kind of point my finger on is the brutality. It is a brutal movie. It's not for the weak of heart. It certainly uses its R rating to tell a great story, right? It's not R-rated for the sake of being R-rated. It's not gory for the sake of being gory. It's all part of the story. It all supports the story and the characters. So again, let me know what you thought of the movie. If you like this video, leave a thumbs up. Thank you so much for watching. And until next time, that's a wrap. Later.